Hi everyone, and welcome back to Suri Says. I'm Miss Suri, and this week I want to talk to you about a topic that I find very common among teens, and that is social anxiety. So what that means is you feel awkward or nervous in social settings. So what physically might be happening in these situations is that you might be like literally nervous, like your heart's beating fast, maybe your palms are a little bit sweaty and things like that. And then internally, there's going to be probably a dialogue going on where you're, thinking like, should I say something now? Should I not say something now? Am I going to be laughed at? Am I going to be funny if I try to crack a joke, or is it going to be, am I going to sound dumb? But I didn't go there, and like, what if I have nothing to say? And just a lot of things where the self-talk is negative, so it makes you anxious in these social situations. So this is just to start. This is a very common experience, not only among teens, but among adults of any age and of any situation in life. So this is very common. You are not alone if you're experiencing some sort of nervousness in social situations. So if that's you, talk to someone about things you've done and things you've tried that have been helpful, and see if you have some common experiences with your friends. And this is nothing to be ashamed of, and this is nothing to be judged about, and it's just a healthy conversation to have with the people that you feel comfortable having it with. Okay, so I have a couple tips for you that might be helpful, so I'm going to just apply these. Hopefully you can apply these in your life if you are experiencing some sort of social anxiety. So let's just say that so tip number one I want to give is that this internal dialogue that you're having, where you're, talking to, you're kind of like hearing that, you're not going to be liked, or it's going to sound dumb what you have to say, or just anything negative that's going on in there. Tip number one to know is that no one else can hear that conversation but you. Okay, so you're the only one who can hear it. So you have the microphone, so to speak, so that you can actually turn it off and change that and replace it with something else. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sound dumb. Should I say this? Should I not say this? You can pause that thought and stop that thought and say something like, no, you got this. Like, everything's going to be okay. Like, you can say it. Or if you're not comfortable, it's okay if you don't say it. Maybe that's not the right moment to say something. So you're the author and the controller of that microphone. So that's tip number one. Okay. Tip number two is sometimes that monologue is going for a long time in your head. So you want to make sure that you kind of try to clip it and like nip it really quick so that you're present. So bring yourself back to the present moment, so you're listening to the conversation that's going on instead of going on and on and on in your own thoughts, because that could go on and on and on for a long time. So you want to get better at like stopping it, right, quicker than you normally would. So that's another tip that I would give. And the third tip is, okay, so now that you've tuned back in and you're listening to the conversation and you're not even sure what to say. So let's say your friends went to a party and you didn't go to that party, right? And you don't know how to engage in this conversation. So you might even have even more dialogue that might be insecure, like, I didn't go, I wish I was there, maybe you weren't invited, whatever it is. But a way to get back in and to engage in that social situation and conversation is to, as you're listening, is to maybe ask a question. So, oh, how was it? Or let's say they're talking about something that happened and they're all laughing, right? So you can laugh with them, because that could be something funny that happened because they're retelling it. And then if not, you can ask like, oh my gosh, really? Like, what happened? Right? With like just a natural kind of curiosity about an event you weren't at. And it's okay, because no one else is judging you, probably more than you're judging yourself. Okay. So these are just some quick tips that I have found useful when I've been in situations like that. And again, this is very common, and this isn't a end all be all, these tips. Of course, talk to someone if you're feeling like it's an ongoing thing that you're experiencing, but otherwise, I think these tips are helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed them. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.